Hi Boss Goddess, this video is for you if you've ever asked yourself, what social platform should I tell my brand story on using video? Maybe you're out there and you're looking at Instagram, YouTube, Facebook Live, and you're so overwhelmed with all that there is to offer that you actually don't do anything. And you know that you're not really getting anywhere and it's frustrating. I totally get that. I understand. There's so much out there, so many experts telling you to do this and that. And if that's you, I want to invite you to lean in and watch this video all the way through the end, because I'm going to be giving you some really invaluable context and insight and tips so that you can really make that decision for yourself and feel really confident in it. Before we get started, I would love to know in the comments here below, which platform do you think that you should be on right now and why? So when I first started my business, there was YouTube and Facebook. And then I started creating a little bit on YouTube and I would like post a little bit on Facebook, and then Instagram came out. And then I was like, oh my God, like there's so many things to do. And then Facebook Live came out, and then Instagram stories came out, and there's just always something coming out that you kind of have to pay attention to. But the most important thing that I want you to leave with here when it comes to what platform you should be on telling your brand story, the answer is actually all of them. And that doesn't need to be an overwhelming thing if you do this one thing first. You focus on your message. Your message is so much more important than what platform you choose to do it on or not. And I know that that might sound like a really big concept right now, but the reality is that platforms are always going to change. There's always going to be something new that's coming out. But if you know your message and you nail your message, then you can share it wherever, whatever, at any time. And that is really the power of focusing on your message versus focusing first on what platform you should be or you should not be on. So focus on your message first and practice on all the different platforms so you can really start to learn the different languages. And when I say languages of these platforms, I'm talking about what is the cultural context of how people want to be spoken to on these platforms. And so that's the second thing that we're going to go into here. Is the second thing is to understand the power of each platform, the power, the context, the language of each platform. And right now, as it stands, the main social media networks are Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and they relatively all have very similar ways to share. To break it down really simply, there are really only 3 ways that you can post videos online right now. There's one, produced videos, which means that you shoot, you edit, you upload. And you can do that on YouTube, you can do that on Facebook, and you can do that on Instagram. The second type of video here is live video. And that's this engaging conversation where people show up and you're there live. And that can be done on all 3 platforms as well. The third type of video here is what I call short-term video, and this is videos that last for 24 hours or so and then they disappear. They're called stories. And so this is something that you can also now do on all of those 3 platforms as well. So now that you know that those are the 3 types of ways that you can post videos online, it's important to know now what are the powers of each platform. What is the power, the language, the context, so that you can decide when to show up, where to show up, and how to speak your brand message. Let's start off with Instagram, because Instagram is really one of the most popular social networks right now and something that most people are on more frequently on a daily basis. The power of Instagram is shareability. That means that people are really sharing these videos in the direct messages, and from there you can get views. If you are creating really informative, entertaining content, then it's going to be shared and it's going to allow you to get your content in front of more eyes. And being in front of more eyes means being in front of more potential people who need what it is that you have to offer as a business. Next, let's move on to YouTube, because YouTube, even though it's not something that people frequently use throughout the day on a daily basis, it's a search engine. It is actually the second largest search engine right behind Google, and it's connected to Google. So the power of YouTube is the power of being able to be searched, aka searchability. The power of searchability is huge, because if you think about how much more intentional searching for something is versus scrolling and stumbling upon something, it's really powerful. If you think about where someone's at in the purchase cycle, and when I say purchase cycle, I mean there is actually a cycle that we all go through before we actually make the decision to invest in something. It doesn't matter whether it's, a shoe that you're looking at online or whether it's this coaching program. We all go through this decision-making process. And when you are searching for something, you already have the intention to find an answer and to take action upon it. So the power of search is really, really huge. And the other great thing about the power of search is that YouTube gives you so much more capability to be found right now than any other platform. So lastly, there's Facebook, and the power of Facebook, I believe, is that it really is the network where you're connected to the people that you likely know in person. On Instagram, you're connected to people who you know, but also people who you don't know and who you follow. On YouTube, you're really looking for experts, and on Facebook, you're more oftentimes interacting with people who you actually know. And when you're interacting and you're showing videos to people who you already know, you already have a level of trust built with them. You already have some sort of reputation you can build off of. And the other power of Facebook is really the timeliness and the events. People use Facebook for events, people use Facebook to post announcements, and it's a very personal type of network because a lot of the people that you interact with, Those are the powers of the 3 different platforms, and I'll just really quickly go over what type of video is most powerful on each of the platforms. On Instagram, the most powerful type of video that you can use, I believe today, is stories. That's short-term video. On YouTube, the most powerful is produced video right now. And then lastly, on Facebook, the most powerful video you can use on Facebook is a Facebook Live. I hope that this was super helpful for you and really broke down the different intentions and reason why you should or shouldn't be on a platform. It's not so much about should or shouldn't, it's about having that intention so that when you actually show up and you put the energy and effort into it, you feel good about it and you're motivated to do it even more often, right? Let me know if this video was helpful for you. I'd love to hear what your biggest takeaway is. And if you really did find this helpful, please make sure to subscribe and like this video because it helps me to know to make more videos, and it also helps video go farther and help other people to build their brand and business that they love. If you want even more like this, please connect with me on Instagram or head on over to my website, Life by Jazz. There's ways to work with me as a coach in my group masterminds, online courses, and a super exciting retreat that I'm doing for my birthday in one of my favorite locations in the world. We're going to be creating content together in Joshua Tree. I'm so excited to meet you and connect deeper. Until the next video, namaste, ashe, that means good vibes, good energy, and peace and richest blessings to you, my friend.